to be quantifiably high value. In other words, people look at you and say, that's a high value guy. $81,000 by the time you're 27 years old. Nowadays, that's doable. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a very achievable and fair place to start. I agree with that. 3 times your age is very fair. 30 years old, that puts you at about $90,000 a year. I think that's a good place to be. Me personally, I always say, like, you shouldn't even really. I say there's 5 things that a guy needs before he even thinks about taking any girl on seriously or marriage or any of that other stuff, right? And what I say is you need to have a 50 leg count, right? At least you've had sex with at least 50 women. You need to be in shape. Okay, you need to be 35 years old. You need to make at least $100,000 a year. You need to have 6 months of savings in the bank. Now, this is what I call like entry level high value guy. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to be in a position where you can start to dictate terms and exert boundaries on women. I always say women are kind of like Pokemon, right? Like, if you don't have enough gym badgers, like gym leader badges, when you tell them to do an attack, they're not going to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell Charizard flamethrower and you only got 1 badge from like Brock, Computer City, right? For all the nerds out there, you know what I'm talking about.
With the hat, right? He was the one with the hat, or no? Or the one with his eyes always closed?
He didn't have a hat, but he had like the spiky hair. He's like the first gym leader you fight that like has a stone Pokemon. So, if you only got 1 badge, right? Let's say you're only 35 years old. Well, when you try to deal with like more badder chicks, they're not necessarily going to respect you because women only follow your lead and respect you when you have a certain status level. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I always say personally, so you don't deal with headaches. Well, you're going to deal with headaches regardless when you deal with women. But if you want to mitigate a majority of them, right, and deal with and try to minimize it the best you can, you need to be the best version of yourself so that she's going to respect your authority, respect you. Then the love can come after that, because if she loves you, but she doesn't necessarily respect you, that's when you're going to have headaches. That's when she's going to talk back to you. She's going to act rude, whatever. So I say for a benchmark for money, I say $100,000 a year, bare minimum, is going to put you in a decent place in most places in the United States. Even if you live in like New York City or LA, you'll still be able to make a living with $100,000 a year.
Yeah, you'll be able to do things most people can't do. If you're making $100,000 a year, you're making more money than most people in America.
Exactly. So I'd say making the $100,000 puts you in a position where now you're an anomaly compared to other men, and quite frankly, it's going to be easier for you to exert boundaries on women when you have standards and everything like that. So the money is just one facet of it. There's other things that come into it, obviously having game and all these other things, but
of course,
obviously because game is the foundation, right? But from if we're going to talk strictly monetary, I think $100,000 puts you in a place where you can basically be put in a position where women will follow your lead.
Yeah, life changes when you make $100,000 a year.
Yeah,
I think it's safe
to say.
Less
headaches and stuff.
Yeah, Fresh. So what are your thoughts on? Let me get your thoughts on Kevin. So he says 3 times your age, starting at 27 years old. You're 28 or 29? I can't remember.
28.
Oh, you're 28. Okay, so, oh, God, now I got to do more math. $84,000 a year. I got to do that quickly. So $84,000 a year for the average. Now, here's the thing. We live in America, number one, and we are blessed with high internet speeds, and it's very, very, it's possible for men your age to make a shitload of money. So what are your thoughts on that particular scale?
I actually agree, and a very good point. Money is very important because, like, it demands respect in a way. So let me explain. So Kevin is saying 27, basically 3 times that your age is like a benchmark. And funny enough, last year I was 27 years old, and I made exactly $83K.
Wow, good job, man.
I worked a shitload of overtime though to make that happen. When I was working a job, right? But the point here is that, like, when you have money and you're considered high value, you have options to basically do things that you want to do. So, for example, a lot of guys don't talk about this, but a lot of people are in debt. If you're in debt, right, and you're high value, you're a slave to the lender. Basically, you're not free. You're not a man that can make good judgments and good options because you're still paying somebody a debt. So I think, yes, you should be making 3 times your age, but also as well, you should be debt free. And when you're debt free, they have the power and options to do different things. Like, for example, Myron and myself, we can invest in business because we're debt free, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thanks to Myron, I've been able to learn how to market, do online dating stuff like this. But back in the day, it was all real estate for me. So having the option to take time to learn from Myron, learn this whole game, being debt free gives you the option. So I just say, yes, you want to be at least making 3 times your age for the minimum. but also be debt free as well.
That is a very, very good point. Chuchino says money is a tool, utility to purchase other items or services to produce more money. I disagree, but not all the way. And something that Fresh just said just sums it up. Freedom. Dude, the more money, and again, listen, call it what it is. The more money you have, the more freedom you have. The more freedom you have, the less bullshit you can put up, the less bullshit you'll put up with from other people. And the less bullshit you are able to put up from other people, the more attractive you become to both men and women. When you're in a relationship with a woman and you are making into the six figures, they tend to fall in line pretty goddamn quick.
Yep.
Why? It's not just because you have money. It's because you have the resources to tell people fuck you and not really worry about any sort of consequences or retribution, right? This isn't to say that you can go out and talk to anybody any old kind of way because you make a certain amount of money. But when you are in a certain income bracket, you walk a little bit differently. You talk a little bit differently. You're a little bit more direct because you know that if this person is no longer in your life, it's not going to hurt your bottom line, right? Listen, I'm telling you right now, money is freedom. It's not really about the Benjamin or the money. It's just about freedom. This is why not having debt and making into the six figures, this makes you freer. The freer you are, the more money you have, the freer you become. Girls like, and when you are free, you can be direct. That's what I take from it. So money is not only just a tool, it's not just the utility. Money is a promise on another man's time. That's what that is. If I pay my graphics guy to do XYZ for me, guess what? I'm paying him money. He is now taking his time. The guy that I pay to make, the guy that I'm paying to make cartoon TSR tunes, I pay him a shitload of money. But guess what? He spends a shitload of time making that, right? So all it really is a promise on someone else's time. So listen, shout out to my cartoon guy. While he's making these videos, if he wants to continue to get paid, he can't just get up and go do what he wants to do because guess what? Then I'm going to go hire somebody else, right? But because I make enough money to be able to do what I want, I can pay him to create great content for me. And what does that leave me? Free to do whatever else I want to do. So I think that money is a lot better. I think that there's much more to money than just it being a utility to spend. I don't think that a lot of people really understand what it is. People who don't understand like what money really is, it's not about the money, or people who are going to be perpetually broke. That's just all there is to it.
Donovan, can I answer that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
What you said is very important, right? Because, like, for example, money gives you freedom, and with that freedom comes lifestyle. You want to get hot chicks, you want to get girls, live a good lifestyle, and watch what happens to you. That's all.
There you go. And listen. What do we always say? Girls just want to have fun, and if you have freedom, you have fun. Mm-hmm. Girls don't want to be with dudes who have time. It's not that they don't want to be with dudes, but the least amount of constraints in terms of time you have on you, the more attractive you become. Why? Because you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I gotta go to work. I gotta be at work from 9 to 5. That's not unattractive. But the guy who's like, hey, you know what? I think I'll work for 4 hours today. Then I'll go chill by the pool, or I'll go to the gym, or whatever. Dude, people are attracted to other people who can do whatever they want to do. Dallas Cowboys with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. Kevin is actually clearing it up. Looks like he's tightening it with the math for us. Says, really, it is 3.333333 times your age or 100,000 at 30 years old. This is doable, especially for men working at least 60 hours per week that are getting paid for. Very good. Very good. Mark of the Wild says, Fresh is a permanent member now? Yes. We made this, we actually made this official a couple weeks back. James Smith over on Facebook says, Ecclesiastes 7:28 is a must-read. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not going to bring religion into this. I'm not. Yeah, James, you're about to get banned because, no. Yeah. Yep. Isaiah 3:6. No. James. Bam. Listen.
Exactly. Come on, man.
No, and listen, if you're religious, no disrespect. But let me let you in on a little secret. I didn't pray to get to where I am today. Okay? I got to where I am today because of this guy right here. Okay? I'm taking the credit. This is no disrespect.